Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I'm talking about the end, the end of the United States and the way it used to be. Because now we're going into a whole new frontier. No telling what's going to happen. And it's going to be a series of the different things that could cause the starting of the collapse of the U.S., where you can't deny it. It's already going now, but it's going to get a lot worse. We're going to start with money. The dollar it's a has-been. I don't know if y'all realize that or not, but there's the dollar is gone, and a lot of countries don't want the dollar. And I've mentioned it down here. They'll exchange up to $500. They don't want any more than that. So the dollar is not a good thing. What's happened? We are in so much debt now. I don't know how many trillion, but it's beyond what we can pay. So it's just, like I say, it's just a matter of time we're going to lose the dollar. They're already in the works of trying to get a world money, and that's not going to be a good deal. And we like the world money. That's because we got to change from the U.S. dollar to something, and that would be a lot nicer if you could just, go to bed on Friday and Monday when you go to the bank, they're going to give you some world money. That would be real nice. And then, how much is it? How they're going to exchange it, who knows. And but anyway, that's going to be a big thing when that goes down, that dollar. And you think that's a problem. You think your wages, now you're not getting paid in dollars, now you're getting paid in world money, and you think that's going to be something. It's going to affect everything because we still owe these people and or these countries. And now these countries, they're not going to be happy with, here, give me some world dollars. Who cares about the world dollars? Only the United States try to bullshit the American citizens. That's the only place where the world dollar is going to come in. Big business would love world money. Because, like I say, how much business do you do in other countries? You don't. So you really don't care about world money. Big business does. So they're the ones that promote between big business and government. Now, what's going on? We owe countries. And these countries are not going to just let us, okay, you don't have any money, we'll just let the debt go. They're not going to do that. Now, what they did in China, China, has got thousands of years of history, and it's continuously doing the same thing all the time. Somebody will take control. Well, what they do is they cut China up into pieces, and different countries, different people run these different parts of China. The last, before the communists took over, France had a piece, Spain had a piece, Britain, Russia, United States. There's a lot of countries had a part of China, and it was divided, and this was the American zone, this was the British zone, like Hong Kong. Hong Kong was British, and so all of this belonged to somebody other than the Chinese, and they took care of the security in their part. Now, I'm sorry, I don't know that much about how they were able to come in and get it. I'm sure they had some kind of battles and stuff for it, because I think it was 1900 they had the Boxer Rebellion, in which the Chinese tried to get all these foreign occupiers out of their country, but that didn't work. There was too much. the powers that were outside, they all came in. So the Chinese had to fight all the different countries, and so they didn't do it. They didn't get it. Now that is what I think is going to be one of the problems we're going to have to face, and that is, I'm wondering, maybe China might take the West Coast. I mean, you know, there's a lot of rumors about they've got equipment, they've got access to ports on the West Coast. I think it was China was in Yellowstone Park, and so I mean they're going to accept property for payment. And now it's not like, here, I owe you, here, you can have this. No, they're going to come in and they're going to take that property. So they're going to be occupying it. And then Russia, I've heard Russia's already got troops in Alaska. And so, you know, we're not going to be doing too good on defending that part. That's going to go pretty quick. And like I say, they got the oil in Alaska. So, you know, and like I say, that's what it is. That's the resources that makes the United States great. And what they've done in the past, they're put so much regulations, we can't use the resources. So we've got weaker. And that's why all the companies went out of the country. And now that makes the United States a rich place. Everybody wants a handful of the United States ground, land in the United States. And of course, Britain's gonna, you know, British Petroleum gas stations, that's all British companies. You don't think they're gonna protect their interests? No, they're gonna want it. And so they're gonna take a chunk. And, but like I say, you'll see all the different countries will want to take part of the United States in payment of the money. And so, and now what are you going to do for a job? I mean, how's your job going to pay you? How's all this going to happen? I don't know. That's going to cause the confusion that's going to make everything really bad. All these other countries, they have their own money already. So they're going to come right on in and be using their money. So don't be surprised if wherever you are is going to be occupied by a foreign country. And now they may use NATO to calm everybody. Everything is going to be okay. And they're going to use NATO troops. And these NATO troops will, not NATO, United Nations troops. And these United Nations troops are going to be Chinese troops, Russian troops. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to be under the UN name, but the reality is they're taking a chunk for themselves. So keep your eyes open, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to be occupied. Now, see, if the Chinese just came in and said, well, this is Chinese territory, then you're going to put up a fight. But when you say, well, look, it's the UN, you know, and especially when you don't have jobs, you don't have food, you don't have all the necessities of life, you're going to depend on the UN to provide it for you. That's what I was talking about, the city people. See, I don't even know where the city people are going to go. That's why I say the weak are going to perish. And for sure, the weak are going to be under control of the government or someone. But that's what's going to happen. And like I say, whatever happens, somewhere down the line, the money's going to go to hell. Somewhere down the line, whatever happens. So that's going to be, the money situation is going to be a problem you're going to have to face somewhere in the near future. That's why you should have been buying gold and silver up to now. And it's not to sell it. It's so that you have something, and you can convert it into whatever it is you need to convert it to, if need be. If you're lucky, you can get a job and you're able to change over to the new money, whether it's the yen or the ruble or whatever it's going to be. But anyway, financial collapse leading to UN control, and that's going to roll on into foreign countries occupying the United States and carving out their little piece. But that's one thing you need to think of. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.